For the indirect method of preparing statement of cash flow, we reconcile net income to cash. I can show you what a statement of cash flow looks like, which I have here for you as a template. So you go from net income, and you have operating activities, investing activities, and financing ones. And then in the end, you reconcile it back to cash. So using the worksheet approach to prepare cash flow helps us automate some of the basic changes in the balance sheet. So for future years, we can just copy and paste our balance sheet here in this area. And if we input the correct formulas, as I've shown you in the introductory video, a lot of the changes would be reflected automatically. In this video, I'll walk you through the operating activities, which is, if you scroll down to your worksheet, it's here. You have to analyze all the increases and decreases for the company for operating activities. The first operating activity is the change in accounts receivable, which I already have here. It's an increase. A quick check under column D and F for accounts receivable show that it is indeed an increase. When accounts receivable increase, that means we did not receive all of our cash, all of our sales in cash. Some of them are owed to us by our customers. So the offsetting entry will be a credit in cell F34, which is right here. So I can use a formula for that, equal sign, and go to the debit for the accounts receivable, which is the change from 2012 to 2013, and then hit return or enter, and then that is the offsetting entry that you would need. Now we move to the merchandise inventory. From cell F19, we notice that merchandise inventory decreased. A decrease in inventory means cash has been freed up, so the offsetting entry is a debit in cell D35. So we come down here to D35 and input equal sign. It will be the same credit amount. Hit return. And go ahead and fill in the remaining offsetting entries for prepaids. Let's see, accounts payable and salaries payable. And notice that next we have some categories that are not apparent from the balance sheet accounts. So we could go take a look at the additional data that I've provided for you. But we know from here, this list, that the first one is loss on sale of old equipment. So the first step is to reconcile the loss, is to credit the plant asset for the original cost of the equipment. And if we come here, we know that the cost is $19,500. So we can go back here to the worksheet and try to reconcile it. So the first thing we need to do is to go to F21, the column for plant asset, and enter an equal sign. Go to the additional data from text worksheet, select cell L6, hit return, and then it will automatically credit the amount that was sold because you want it off the books. And since we added a credit amount, that will mess up our ending balance for the plant assets. So this will not be correct anymore. So what we need to do is we need to come to the debit and add back the credit that we added to it. And then it will be fine after that. And then the next step to reconcile the loss is we have to take the accumulated depreciation off the books. So we go to D24, input equal sign, go to the additional data, select M6, hit return, and then this will be cleared off the accumulated depreciation. we need to fix the account balance for the year end because it doesn't equal to what we want, which is 128,000. So we have to fix this amount. So we have to add back what we debited for the loss. And so that will fix it. And the last step to record the loss is to come down here to analyze the loss and sale of old equipment. We need to categorize this loss under the operating activities. So we can use a formula to come up with the loss. Enter equal sign, go to the additional data, or you can just use these amounts, which is in this worksheet, F21 minus D24, and then the sale amount is here in the additional data. So go to there and then minus 8,000, hit return. And then this will be a loss amount for the sale of old equipment, which belongs to the operating activities. Next, we come to our net income. We input equal sign, go to the additional data from text, select cell E3, hit return. Now there's an additional step for net income. I'll show you where net income will show up in the statement of cash flow. It will be here in the beginning, since we're reconciling net income back to cash if we use the indirect method. So in the worksheet, it will show as a debit. So to make a worksheet more clear, we can show the offsetting as a credit up here as a change in the retained earnings. So we can input equal sign, D41, enter. And since we have a credit balance of $121,610, our ending balance is a little messed up now, but don't worry, there we can fix it easily. We can input a credit to make sure that our ending balance is still correct. So we input equal sign G30 minus a correct ending balance, which is in L30, hit return. And then with the 64,000, our ending balance is correct again. After watching this video, you should be able to complete all the operating activities analysis. And after you complete all these operating analysis, don't forget to do the prepaid expenses, depreciation, accounts payable, and salaries payable. Those are for you to do. And then move on to watch the video on investing activities, and you can go on with the worksheet.